Mr. Nobody is a philosophical drama directed by Jaco Van Dormael and it's starring Jared Leto. And I've already watched this movie twice, and this is probably one of my favorite movies of all time. And this is definitely not for everyone, for two main reasons. It's kind of a clusterfuck in how it is constructed, and it is 2 hours and 30 minutes long. So it's not a short movie and not an easy watch, because the movie is about Jared Leto's character named Nemo Nobody, and it's a movie about choices, and every choice that his character makes in the movie has different outcomes, and you get to see every single outcome that every one of his choices has. So this means that, for example, if he says one thing to a certain girl, or if he says another one, there will be two different storylines, and you follow those two storylines, but then there are other choices inside those storylines. So it becomes a movie with apparently 9 different storylines if everyone has their calculations right, but it could be pretty hard to follow because it goes back and forth through time, through the different timelines, and it's not easy. It definitely is not easy, but it is confusing in the beginning for a reason. And as the movie goes on, you start to understand which timeline is which, and you have different haircuts, different style of clothing, so you do kind of know what's happening and when it's happening. But still, this movie is phenomenal in my opinion, because I've always been kind of obsessed by choices, and sometimes you find yourself in life when you just don't know what the fuck to do, and you just stand there and you start thinking, I could do this thing, but if I do this, then it leads to another thing that will lead to another thing, and then you go to do another thing, then you can make a different choice, and if you just... So it's a very philosophical movie, and if you hate quote-unquote thinking in movies, you're not going to like this one. It challenges you and it makes you think about your life, but it has a great message and one of the best lines in the movie, which is every single choice is the right choice, and every one of them has just as much meaning as the others. And that's a beautiful way of thinking of life. And watching this movie, I think I cried 3 times the first time I watched it, during some more emotional moments, and it really got me. And this is one of my favorite stories ever. The acting is phenomenal, Jared Leto is great, the little kids in the movie are great as well, and there are also other famous actors. You have also Polley, you have Diane Kruger, you also have Juno Temple, who was pretty darn young in this movie. So there is a really great cast, and the soundtrack is memorable and one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard. And I've found every single track that's in the movie and I have it on my computer, and it's just so relaxing, just putting those songs, those opera pieces, the original soundtrack, which is phenomenal. So I love this movie, and it's not for everyone, as I've already said. It's very long, kind of confusing at first, but it's worth your time if you like thinking a lot about the importance of choices. And some find it meandering, some find it boring, and I think that's another movie that you can compare this to is probably Boyhood, even though this one has a shit ton of important things, while Boyhood was more about normal day life where pretty much nothing really happens. In this one you actually have important choices and you just do see the highlights of every single life. So it's a great movie, brilliantly told, expertly executed, with great acting, an excellent soundtrack, and I just love it. It's easily become one of my favorite movies of all time, probably one movie that I'm going to watch every single month if I can, because it inspires you and it makes you think just that your life is going great. Every choice that you've made is the right choice, okay? So don't stop thinking about the past, of all the things that you did wrong or that you did right. Just stop thinking about it, because your life is important and it has a great meaning to you and to the people around you. So yeah, kind of getting emotional right now. But still, guys, definitely watch Mr. Nobody. I hope you liked it. I really hope you do. But still, guys, have you seen Mr. Nobody, or do you want to see it? Tell me in the comments below. Thanks as always for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.